Welcome back to the Pioneer Sideline. We're joined in studio by Connor Mulvaney. How's it going today, Connor?
It's going. How are you, Kyle?
It's going good. Now, Connor, what made you want to run the Boston Marathon since you have decided to run it this year?
I really wanted to run the Boston Marathon after the Boston bombing. I was actually in the cafe watching the marathon on TV when it happened, and I was training for the Pittsburgh Marathon at the time. So I thought, that's when I decided I wanted to run Boston.
Now, what were the emotions like since you were watching it on screen live?
It was scary. I know some people that were there running, so I immediately thought of them and their safety, and I mean it was hard to watch on TV. It was scary.
Who were some of the people you knew that were running in that marathon that day?
I knew a guy that I ran in high school with was there, and his sister.
Now, as we see now, you're in a boot. What happened there?
It was a tendonitis of the tendon that runs from sort of my foot around my ankle. Started pulling at my tibia, and that turned into a stress fracture, which turned into a real fracture.
Now, is that going to affect you running the marathon at all?
Hopefully not. I was put in this boot for 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm about a month in now, so hopefully in about another 2 weeks I'll be out and ready to run.
How have you been rehabbing?
Rest. No running, no biking, recumbent biking, and that's about all I can do for now.
Now, when you get back from your injury, once you're fully healed, what are you going to do to kind of kick yourself into high gear since you are a couple months behind?
Well, I'm not going to kick it into high gear immediately. I'll need to try to contain myself and take it easy so I don't re-injure myself. But I won't have to do much. I'm fired up about running Boston. I'm ready. I feel like I could do it tomorrow.
Now, what are the emotions going through your mind and being able to have a chance to run this since you do have to qualify and apply?
Well, qualifying I did months ago in Philadelphia, so that's taken care of. And the hardest part was anticipating the acceptance to get in because there is an application process. But what was your original question? I forget.
What is the process to apply for the marathon?
Well, you have to run a certain qualifying time. For men my age, it's 3 hours and 5 minutes on a certified course. For women, I believe it's 3:20 or 3:30. And then once you run that time, whenever registration for Boston opens, you apply and supply a link to your time.
What was your qualifying time?
3:01:32, I believe.
Now, what other marathons have you done besides for Boston? And you said you ran at Philly.
Yeah, I ran at Philly, and I've also run the Pittsburgh Marathon twice.
Now, talk about the Pittsburgh Marathon since that's one the Sideline viewers know very well.
The Pittsburgh Marathon's a blast. It's like home field advantage, I guess. I run, parts of the course all year, so it sort of, I guess, gives me an advantage. I can step out of my front door and be on the course, and I'm not intimidated by the hills, so it's fun. I love it.
Talk about that home field advantage you have since you can walk right out your door and be on the course.
It's convenient, yeah. I live in Oakland, so I can do a short jog of a warm-up and then be on like mile 13. Is really probably only about a half a mile away from where I live, so that was something that I practiced even when I was trying to qualify. I practiced running that second half a lot.
Now, how did the Philly Marathon compare to the Pittsburgh Marathon?
It was less hilly, obviously. It was a little tougher mentally because there was more people, but they weren't as spread out, so it was hard to keep yourself distracted. And when I ran Philly, I finished it. I was hurting pretty bad. I had a knee injury, so Philly was challenging in a different way, I guess.
Now, what are your goals for the Boston Marathon?
I would like to break 3. When I ran Philadelphia, I was on pace at some points to run about a 2:45 marathon. I don't know if I can actually do that yet, but I would like to break 3 since I've been so close before.
Now, how are you going to train for the Boston Marathon? Just more running how you did for the Pittsburgh and Philly?
It'll be similar, yeah. Probably more speed workouts, doing stuff on the track and running with people who've been there.
Well, thank you, Connor. Thank you for joining us, and best of luck in the Boston Marathon. When we get back to the Pioneer Sideline, we go to the Case of the Week, and who's going to win the Stanley Cup this year?